So just break the mold and go ahead and tell us how the rest of the season plays out, would you?
I told you earlier, kittens from outer space took the power. Right?
You guys know by now, like the reveal about the power. How shocking was that information once you got it for you?
Well, I wouldn't say shocking, and they sort of set it up so that when we do find out what actually transpired, that you're more interested in other stuff by then. You know, if it were just going to be a show about the power going away, then it wouldn't have been very interesting. Really, what the show is once you do take that power away and that way of life away, the show just becomes about don't die and take care of and fight for what you love. And that's really what the show's about. So the power is sort of secondary to that.
So the real draw to the show was the awesome sword fighting, right?
I didn't really, to begin with, I wasn't hired for this role. I was hired to play Bass to begin with. And then I got a call after we'd already shot a Bass scene. I got a call from Kripke saying, I think you'll find this good news. He literally said just that. He goes, we'd love it if you played Miles. And I'm like, yeah, I'm down with that. And a day later, we were shooting that first sword fight scene for the pilot. So I had no idea I'd be doing that much sword fighting, and neither did they.
So in the panel, you mentioned that we're going to meet your first love. You already have these two women. So can you talk about Miles' love life?
Everybody will be kissed by Miles in the future.
Well, you said he shows his soft, gooey guts.
That's what starts to happen as Monroe starts to go sort of sink further and further into the abyss, and Charlie starts to go the way that she's going. She's basically taking on all the characteristics of Miles that he would never want to see in her, especially, and, let alone anybody else. So as she starts to go that way, he starts to reveal some things about himself that he would never have even admitted to having, and he starts to realize that there is more to care about than himself, which is really what he's just a selfish bastard. But he starts to realize that these people, these annoying fucking people that he's been hanging around with for so long, he actually does start to care about. So we'll start to see that more.
So he has Nora and Rachel? I'm sorry.
What's that?
Just he has Nora and Rachel.
Well, it gets dicey, people have emotions and things that happen along this dusty path that we're on. And like I said in the panel, people got to make babies in the future. So he's just really following his instinct and trying to not. And now, at this point, trying not to destroy more than he builds.
How has the high concept of the show kind of affected the way you think about your dependence on electronics? And has it altered it at all? Is it giving you pause?
we think about it a lot. We talk about it. We did in the initial stages, in the first few months of making the show. We talked about it a lot. And the reality is, you never really know what you would do. But you start to realize how much you do rely on it, and it kind of gives one pause in that it's a bit disgusting what we've now in 2013 become. We are so reliant on power and technology for everything. It does make you think about, okay, if that was all gone, what do I really care about?
Is there a technology that's like, pry it from my cold dead hands that you feel about? Like, is there something that you just like, I don't know how I could get that?
Yeah, my answer to that is recorded music. I just don't. That's the one thing that I would miss the most. I could do without a television or a telephone. I think, as long as I surrounded myself with the people that I cared about, I think the communication thing would be all right with me. But yeah, recorded music is. That would suck.
Can you talk about the evolution of Miles and Charlie's relationship from where it started at the beginning in the pilot to where it's, I guess, going? Yeah.
Well, Miles doesn't have any kids of his own. So when this that he knows about, right? So yeah, when this little brat comes along and snivels her way into his life, he wants no part of it. Now he's sort of, he's looking over his shoulder every moment for where she is. Does he want to be doing that? No, he doesn't. But he can't help it now. And then there's, he starts to almost enjoy seeing her evolve and become this little warrior. But as that starts to grow and build, and she starts to get deeper and deeper into that, she starts to become all those things that he would have never wanted her to be, all the things about himself that he would just as soon deny. So, it gets real dicey and interesting there. Yeah.
Did the producers arm you ahead of time with any information that they're like, well, this isn't going to be revealed until later, but you need to know this for your performance?
Not one thing. No. No, and as a matter of fact, and we all deal with it. We'll get scripts, and something will be said, or some action will take place, and we'll be like, what, why? And we'll be on the phone with Kripke going like, and for me, a lot of it was like, how is this going to be redeemable? Like, I mean, and he'll say a couple things, and I'll go, all right. And we just kind of go on blind faith. Yeah.
If there isn't a second season, and we're hoping there will be, are enough questions answered that fans are going to be happy
by the end of this season?
Yeah.
No. I mean, where we get to by the end of this season is great, but it opens up a completely different can of worms. So, we're hoping there's a next one too.